everyone, welcome back to this page from World of Flowers by Johanna Basford, and we are going to be using Polychromos today to put in some details into our flowers. Now, yesterday's video we coloured some patches of colour using our using Prismacolor, and now we're going to work on those to darken them and sort of enhance them really. Now, my first thought is this background. Now, it's quite pale. I do like it. I think I'm going to use the salmon colour. Or shall I use the coral? Maybe the coral. I'm going to use the coral, which is also called medium flesh on my pencil because it's quite an old one. And I want to make the edges darker of the background, so I'm just going to make a start by putting, I need to sharpen it, a different sharpener for these pencils. There we go. So I'm going to put a more defined bit here and sort of start to fade it in a bit. When we've got a small area, we can't do much, but we can start to work with it. Like that, and here we just pop in a darkish bit of colour. Now these will start fading a little bit into the background because our background will be our sort of most intense area, but that will change once we add more colour to all the other bits, so it'll work out fine. I was also thinking a little bit about this dragonfly here, or butterfly, which is quite difficult to see. I think in my original version of this, I did the background of each of the floral circles in a different colour, and then I did each of the wings, you can't see, sorry, of the dragonfly in those colours. So it had 4 different colour wings. I'm not sure I want to do that this time, but we'll see how it all goes. It's early days yet, goodness. I'm not planning on necessarily doing the other 2 circles that soon, just we'll see. I've got a few other things that I want to do first, so we'll see how it pans out really. There's always lots of ideas going on in my head, lots of different pages I want to do with you, so it's good, but it means that I have to sort of slow myself down a little bit in my thinking. Right, I'm going to put a little bit here, maybe a bit here, a little bit here. There we go. My son had just come in from uni. I just finished making the first video in the series. I think I might leave that there for now. I can always add to it later. And we're going to go for these purple ones that we did. I'm going to use my mauve, and I think I'm going, let me see. What I'm going to do is go along the line here, make it really intense, and the edge like that, and then bring the colour in gently, less layers, try and add some shape to that little petal, make it look like it's sort of a loop, and then we'll do the same with the others, and hopefully it will give it some shape. Yeah, he came in, it was really hot and droopy. He basically, he said his lesson, he was absolutely freezing. His lecturers puts the air conditioning on really high and then wears a fleece, and so the classroom was freezing. He said he was literally shivering, and then he came outside and it's like the hottest day of the year so far, like 26 degrees, which is really, really warm, and he was so hot, and he came and had a mug of cold milk to cool himself off and sit down for a few minutes, and a hug from his mum, and then he went off. I don't know if he needed it, but I needed to give it to him. And then he's gone off to do some work, some reading. So that's that one. You can see what a big difference it makes with these extra layers of colour. Now, of course, you could do these extra layers with the Prismacolor pencils. I just find it easier with these because you can sharpen them so much better and more easily. My husband's been doing a bit of work outside while I came in. I'm painting the benches, and he wanted that were going to sit in the garden. He wanted to attach some sort of plasticky something on the bottom so that they would sit on something that wouldn't absorb the wet if the ground was wet. They will be sitting on slabs, but still. He was cutting and gluing something to stick on there. But I've got to go out and give them another coat of paint, but not for another hour or so. I need the rest to be a bit drier. We turned them over for him to do that, and they were a bit sticky still, but I think they'll be okay turned over actually. So I can probably do it any time really. I just wanted to get some recording done first, and yeah, he was doing his thing anyway, but we done a fair bit outside today, so that's good news. Sort of getting ready for spring. We saw a neighbour, which, you know, she said, you can tell it's getting warm because you see people outside. She's so right. We don't normally, you know, see her to chat to very much. I'm trying to work out what colour to do for the green. I'm grabbing my earth green. I don't know if it might be a little bit light, but I'm going to sharpen it and see. And for the leaves, make it quite dark here where it's near the stem, and then just fade it off. We don't need to do the whole leaf because, you know, the tip is already done for us. Well, it's all already done, but you know what I mean. So, and here I'm going to make it darker in here where it's overlapping. So my husband just shouted then. I think he's forgotten I'm recording videos. So anyway, I think he's going to move the car, I think he said. This one's going to be the same. That one a bit darker in there. He'd put the car off the drive because we were expecting some new neighbours to move in today, and he thought he would leave the car off so that actually I don't like that colour that I've picked for that. I'm going to use the dark chrome yellow for these flowers here. I don't know if it'll be dark enough, but I did pick a dark one, but I remember then I've got these orange ones up here, so we don't want them too bright. I think this will work. But yeah, he thought they might want our drive to unpack, but they haven't appeared. So I think the thing is, just because they've got they've signed the paperwork doesn't mean they're going to actually move in today. They might be at work for all we know. But obviously we don't know them yet. Now this one, I'm finding it really hard to remember what colours I used for the different bits of stem. Let's just grab something and go with it. I think I'm going to use the chrome oxide green. It's quite dark. I think it'll work with the orange. Now, our leaf here, I'm going to make it darker here where it's near the stem. Now, this is a very dark green, and then just gently with it as you come down so that it's less. on the edge. Can do that on each leaf to start with, and then have a think about what to do with the rest really. See, I feel that maybe this needs to be dark on its edge. Paper is moving, just hold it down like that, and then a bit lighter towards the middle, because buds, they're often quite rounded, aren't they? So that might make that look a little bit more rounded. There we go, and then you just darken the stem where it overlaps things, but we can leave it to fade into that one here. There we go. Now our kangaroo paw, I think I did in a pomegranate, didn't I? Sort of pinky red. So what have we got here? Maybe the magenta might work. No, that's madder. Magenta is a really different colour. Madder is the colour that I want. And what I want to do is to define each little bit by sort of going around the edge of it. Yeah, the husband is always a bit too previous to try and be helpful. You know, we didn't know if they were moving, they might not have anything to move in, they might have been happier backing up to the corner rather than using our drive, you know. So I did think I could sweep the drive while he wasn't there, but I figured that I could do that when he's at work, so I didn't really need to do that. It's quite mossy at the moment, and but it's okay, it's not massively in need of a sweep. This is the permanent green, and I'm going to use this for the, now where does it go? It comes from here, so I'm not going to do the stem necessarily, just start to do these leaves. A bit brighter, aren't they? And maybe just where it mixes with those sort of floral bits, like that. Yeah, I think that's fine. Now, let's have a look at these blue ones. We used a mid blue, didn't we? So, was it a cobalt or cerulean? Did I write it down? Cobalt. We don't have that. Oh, we do. We have the cobalt blue-greenish. I think we'll use that then. Seems like the right one to use. Give it a sharpen. Now, as I said, these bits at the back would be quite dark because they would be, because of them being behind. So I'm going to put a fair bit on there. Now, what to do with these? Let's go on the, let's separate out those bits where the lines are. Maybe do them a bit like these. Make these side sections a little bit darker. I can hear a blackbird singing outside. It's lovely. Just don't do a naughty bird poop on my nudie painted benches. Please, Mr. Blackbird. There we go. Just do a little bit more fiddly faddling. Okay, we've got the stems. Oops, I think they would just benefit from a little bit of grass green on them. Oh, sorry, I just turned my lamp off. I was trying to just slightly move it and I knocked it. It's got a on-off feels like it's getting brighter and brighter. Very weird. It's got an on-off touch sort of button. Now these two, I seem to remember, were done with a... Were they done with the Tuscan Red, or were they... I don't know. I'm going to do these in a... I know. We use... Yes, I think that'll work. This is the middle purple pink. Again, I feel like I want to sort of define the petals, but you don't have to if you'd rather not. Whoops, that one didn't really work anyway. Okay, and the little tops, I think they're fine. I'm probably just going to leave those. Now, I've got these yellow florals. I'm thinking, do I want a darker yellow middle or a darker yellow outside? I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with the dark cadmium yellow and do the centre. Then I'm going to take the cadmium yellow and do the next layer out from the centre. But this one I'm going to taper out so it's darker in the middle, a bit lighter to the edge. To make a phone call before 4 o'clock, really. It is 3:15, but that's okay. I haven't got long to do on here. Now the outside petals I'm going to do in a slightly lighter. I'm not going to go really light. This is the light chrome yellow, slightly darker than the cadmium. And again, I'm going to make it a little bit darker here and then fade towards the edge of the petal. Oops, snap. And it just makes our flower rather more defined. My son's singing. Now, I think maybe make that do. Now on the last one, I'm looking carefully, putting a lot of, we put in shadows and things, and I haven't done that. But what I might do is leave that for today. We've got our orchids, we've got these leaves and this to do, and then we can think about shadows. I'm not sure whether there's that many, not so many as there was on the other one. So yeah, I'm going to leave that for today because we're almost about the same length as yesterday's video, and it just leaves us enough for another one, which I think will be good, and will mean that we're not rushing the page. And as I said, I need to go make a phone call. So thank you for watching today. Please come back tomorrow for the next one, and happy colouring.